Bitcoin just dropped 25% this month, and everyone's asking if I bought the dip. I didn't. And here's why I've never understood it. Over the last year, Bitcoin has lost 28% of its value, going from about $97,000 to $68,000. And I just don't understand it anymore. If you go online, people call it digital money, store of value, and more broadly, the future. But I have not heard anything compelling in its actual use that could make it be adopted by the masses instead of just being a niche within the crypto bubble. The phrase, have fun staying poor, is a saying that is repeatedly used. A big concern for me is the zeal that some of these traders have. If you scroll online for a few minutes, you'll find hundreds of posts like this one. 2 days after this most recent crash, one user wrote, I can't do this anymore. I'm selling everything. Goodbye. I'm selling my car. I'm selling my house. I'm selling my wife's jewelry to buy more Bitcoin. He then continues the post about how pathetic everyone is, overseeing a little correction of about 30%. And we're just flushing out the weak hands so they can see it soar to $250,000. What is this based on other than blind trust? Similar to a cult or a Ponzi scheme. Now, I'm not claiming that Bitcoin is a cult or a Ponzi scheme, and quite frankly, I just don't understand it. It has crashed and rose back again tenfold a few times. I thought that it was over in 2017 when it crossed $5,000. I really just don't understand it, and for now, I kinda see it more as gambling. Currently, the only value I've seen is selling it at a higher value than you bought it for. That said, there is a lot of FOMO, and Bitcoin has actually created a lot of millionaires. Only an estimated 650,000 addresses send or receive Bitcoin each day. Compare that to the 106 million who currently own some Bitcoin. When I first heard of Bitcoin in 2013, it was supposed to be a peer to peer payment system that took out the middleman. It was the future. We weren't going to be paying people with PayPal or Venmo. We were going to be sending currency directly to each other. But that never panned out, and not many people are willing to spend Bitcoin now because of how volatile it is and the hopes that it's going to skyrocket in price. I'm a boring trader. I put 100% of my investments into the S&P 500. I follow the advice of one of the most successful investors in history, Warren Buffett. He was a big advocate that most people should just place their investments into a low-cost index fund and recommended Vanguard. He even addressed this in an annual statement for Berkshire Hathaway. He wrote, my money, I should add, is where my mouth is. What I advise here is essentially identical to certain instructions I've laid out in my will. One bequest provides that cash will be delivered to a trustee for my wife's benefit. My advice to the trustee could not be more simple. Put 10% of the cash into short-term government bonds and 90% into a very low-cost S&P 500 index fund. I believe the trust's long-term results from this policy will be superior to those obtained by most investors, whether pension funds, institutions, or individuals who employ high-fee managers. I've thought that Bitcoin was over many times throughout the years, and it's proved to be here to stay for the long run. But I'm still sitting this one out. If you invest in Bitcoin, what convinced you? What am I missing? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.